YouTube, what's going on? This is Liston 3270 with ListonUnfiltered, and I'm gonna do this video about a few things. Alexis Arguello was one of my favorite fighters when I got into boxing. I admired Alexis Arguello. I thought he was, great for the sport. Hell of a story. Just an amazing fighter. Great technique. The explosive thin man. He was a fantastic fighter. And a lot of people, like Aaron Pryor. Now, I wouldn't call myself a fan of Aaron Pryor. And it has a lot to Pryor. What was it? The 13th round of their first fight. Yeah, it was the 13th round, and Pryor was hurt. He was out on his feet, and then for the 14th round, he comes out like a demon out of hell, and he puts some shots together, and he stops Arguello, and nobody had anything to say about it. And it was just, well, that's just how great Pryor was. And it was a terrible thing. And, Arguello, to his credit, never complained about it. He was friends with Pryor up until his death. And it never sat right with me, though. A lot didn't sit right with me about Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor, now, I'm not going to talk down about Aaron Pryor, even though I wouldn't call myself a fan. I thought he had a very nice style, very aggressive, and he will be in some of my fantasy fights as well. I have some guys I would love to match him up against in some of my fantasy fights for later videos. But, he was relentless, he was ferocious, and, he had incredible stamina. But the thing is, he had a very, very weak resume outside of Alexis Arguello, the two fights with Arguello. And, his fans will come and say, well, people ducked him, fighters ducked him, he beat Hearns and the Hammies, and, I get it. I get it. But this is the thing, okay? Offers were thrown out to Aaron Pryor. And the truth of the matter is he turned them down. He turned Duran down. He turned Hearns down. And he turned Leonard down. And, this is not to say that Pryor wasn't dangerous. I truly believe he was dangerous. But this whole thing where everybody was ducking him and didn't want any parts of him, it's not completely true. Pryor priced himself out of a lot of these fights, and it's what many of his fans and boxing fans in general will not admit to, that he priced himself out, and you can sit and say, well, X, Y, and Z ducked me, nobody wanted to fight me, but then if you're turning down offers and then you're just going to blame the other side, it's kind of what you see today in boxing with, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Now, it's, you have fans who, Josh was running scared, he wants no parts of Wilder, but these are also fans who have not been keeping up with the sport. What about those offers that were sent to Wilder and Wilder turned them down? I mean, but is there no backlash about fighters turning down multiple offers to fight big name fights? It never sat right with me, the whole thing, because Pryor denied, Arguello, winning his championship in his fourth weight class, fourth division, and it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair, and Pryor never moved up. He just stayed at you know junior welterweight, and he just was content there, and he didn't really look to challenge himself, but but like I said, I'm not knocking him. Fantastic fighter. Just certain things I absolutely didn't agree with that. And Panama Lewis is a scumbag and a piece of shit. I'll do something on Louis Resto and Billy Collins too, as far as he goes. Uh, rat bastard, just terrible. But rest in peace to Alexis Arguello, and rest in peace to Aaron Pryor. Before I end this video, though, I also want to say, there's people, oh, well, Arguello was no match, and, Pryor beat the hell out of him and all of this and that. But Alexis Arguello had a much better resume, had been in much, deeper fights. I mean, real wars.